Hello guys and welcome back to another YouTube video. Maaz Creates here, and today we are going to be going through all my drawings made before 2020, all in this folder. Some of them might be in 2021, but they're all made when I was young, so let's get into it. Right, so the one kind of unfortunate thing is that they're not really set in any kind of order, but I'll still try my best to let you know when I drew each one. Alright, this is the first drawing that I have in my folder. I think I was barely 5 when I drew this. Yeah, not my most impressive work, definitely, but it is what it is. This is another drawing of mine, just a scene where two people are playing football, the goalkeeper and the striker. Yeah. These are a few Lego characters that I have. This was just my name written in 3D, I think. Now this is Shrek. So this was drawn in 2018, meaning I was 8 years old. Not much to say about this one. So these were actually made for a few cards for a game called Double. But it's kind of reminding me of drawing my subscribers' profile pictures until 100k. Yeah, these were the cards of Double. I think you had to spot something in common with another card. Let's play it real quick. So hammer, hammer, stop sign, web, web, like that, basically. Right, so this was a game that we learned off in, I think, Big Nate Goes for Broke. I think that was the name, right? And it's called Add On, and one person says, one thing about a character, and you keep adding them on, and this was my character. Right, so this is just a random drawing of mine. I think this method is called etching. This is a little thing I made for fun. It's an I Spy thing. So I spy a braid, a lipstick, stuff like that. Not sure why there's a cut in the middle, but there is. Oh god, I can barely open these up because of the cut. I spies, a couple of I spies. So this is a little still life thing that I made. A bowl, a Fitbit. This is the table. This is a 3D staircase I made. Just some weird painting thing. Now this is cool, me as a stick figure. I think this was also when I was in grade 4 or something, so pretty young. Right, so have any of you read the Biff and Chip books that we used to read when we were really young? Because I did, and this was one book that we had, and I had to design the cover, and this was it. This is a little drawing of a dog and a cat with a ball. Right, so this drawing took me a whole lot of time. It's a coloring thing, but it still took a lot of time. Right here you can see Maaz 4L, grade 4, meaning I was 9 years old. This is another Biff and Chip drawing a cover. So these are a few different poses of dogs. So facing the right, facing the left, going up, stuff like that. Fun little sketch for Halloween. That is Mr. Bean from the animated series. So I didn't have any reference image when I was drawing this. So it turned out a little goofy. Another creepy drawing for Halloween. This is a drawing of a shark, octopus, in the sea, everything. This is an attempt of drawing the sunset, but I think I failed. This is Garfield and Audie. This was, I think, the Garfield's movies poster. This was me long ago. Speaking of me, a drawing of me, I am going to be doing a face reveal at 50,000 subscribers by first drawing myself, then revealing my face. So if you want to see that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This is a good drawing of a staircase. I think if I would have added shadows to this, it would look really good, but I didn't. But it's a good outline. This is Megamind. Drew it when I was 7 years old. This was a card to my whole family, I guess. So for my mom, it says awesome, cool, best, what's helping, well, and brave. So that's mother. Then fantastic, handsome, strong, happy, clever, and marvelous, father. Then what's this? Shining, impressive, sweet, tremendous, excited, and rare, sister. Drawing of Omnom. Incoming, my Toy Story phase. This was a drawing of when Woody and Buzz are stuck in Sid's house and, Buzz has to silence Woody. This was Woody holding Buzz's arm when Buzz was in his Mrs. Nesbit era. This was a realistic cutout of my house. Good luck finding it. This was a minion, I think Bob, but this whole jet that you can see was made completely out of recycled materials. Right, so that's me holding it and shows my face pretty well, even though I was only 10 over here. But like I said, face reveal at 50k subscribers. So once I hit 50k, I will even show this picture. This was a project for science with a hot air balloon. This was Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid, Greg and Rowley, and then Greg and Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And the spider crawls down and Greg from Roderick. It was towards the end. These are the people of Big Nate, Nate, Teddy, Francis, Chad, Arthur, and Dee Dee. This was a bad drawing of Pennywise, and behind it is another one of Pennywise. It's just a rough sketch. This is my Justin Bieber phase. So yeah, I even signed it for him, wrote a couple of his songs. This is a little poem I had to write in grade 4. By the way, there was no ChatGPT at this time, so this is completely in my words. This is one of my favorite sketches of me. So, it's me holding a bat when I was, I think, 10 years old. Here is an optical illusion that I think I'm really proud of. This is a portrait. One side is facing the side and the other is facing the front. It's a cool little house. I really like this one. So I was 9 years old at this time. During the pandemic, I was quite bored, so my mom suggested that I should draw some scenic beauty, and so here it is. This is a drawing of me after winning 2 medals, gold medals on sports day. It was a great moment for me. This is Sherlock Holmes. These are a few 3D views, stairs, an optical illusion, and a hole, I guess. Ooh, okay, so this is a drawing of Macbeth. Fun fact, I played Macbeth in a school play after that. Right, so this is a whole Talking Tom Gold Run story that I made, part 1. So chapter Angela, chapter 3 Hank, chapter 4 Ginger, chapter 5 Ben. This is a dog named Bingo. I don't know if you can see the colors on this because it was made with chalk, but it's really faded. So that's a tree with the sun and the sky. It's another drawing of me and my family. This is supposed to be a 3D thing of a phone charging, so let's try it. I mean, it kind of works. It's George and Harold. I drew this in London, so I was 7 years old. So these are supposed to be 3 bears. They're glued on, but one bear unfortunately fell off, and here it is. So here is another minion and another one. Too bad we lost Bob. This was actually when I was quite old, but this was me trying to draw Andy's Buzz Lightyear, Andy's drawing, so it was bad. Kind of accurate to Andy's drawing. Here are a few others. I think trying to set my whole shelf for Toy Story, so I had like the Luxo ball and my Funko Pops, everything. Ryder from Paw Patrol. This is a cool little paint splatter then outline with oil pastel thingy. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. This is Megamind, I think a pretty good drawing. But I am drawing, at this stage I was drawing heads way bigger than the body. This is a pretty cool sketch of a puppy. These are 3 cats I drew. Right, this is a drawing that holds a lot of importance to me. This is actually how I started my YouTube channel. I started off my YouTube channel with a few Blender tutorials on this character, Woody, except a real life action Woody. I wanted to make a Woody movie, like I did for, there's a movie for Buzz Lightyear. I wanted there to be a Woody's origin movie. So this was me designing it. It was going to be named Pride, because Woody's last name is Pride, not for other reasons. This one is a really good one, actually. This was when I was like 6 years old, so no judgment. Some things always remain the same, you know, Woody and Buzz. That's another Woody and Buzz. That's the train scene. That's Sid burning Woody. Buzz on the rocket and Woody on the grill. And that's Woody about to jump on the train. This is Woody in every Toy Story. Toy Story 1, 2, 3, 4. Poster of Toy Story 4. I tried to draw it without a reference image. As you can see, not too good. Woody. You know. And this is Woody riding Bullseye. Fun fact, this is actually my toy, Woody and Bullseye, and I posed them like this to draw them. I think this is a pretty good drawing of Woody. Another good drawing of Woody and Buzz. So this was me trying to draw Woody from the Toy Story 4 poster again, but it ripped. And yeah, so this is Woody, Buzz, Bo Peep, and Lil Giggle McDimples, I think. This is one of my favorites. Woody in the Toy Story 4 movie poster. You know, I love the colors on it, everything. So this was the one before. And this was the one after. After, before. Before, after. You know, let me know in the comments which one you liked better. This is Buzz Lightyear. That's Woody. Again, I think my drawing has gotten good enough over here. I can take it all back. This was a painting I made when I was like 3 years old. This was a painting I made when I was 4 years old. This was a painting I made when I was 10 years old, 11 years old. Then this is all 11 years old. So this is one Toy Story movie cinema poster, Toy Story 4 poster, Toy Story 3 poster, and finally my favorite painting ever, I think, Toy Story 2's poster. This was something I designed for my bookshelf. You know, this Woody just like got in the bookshelf, and when the fan turned on, he kind of looked like he was flying. This one had a string attached to it, again, on my bookshelf. So when the fan turned on, they would swing and everything. You guessed it, this one was also on my bookshelf, tied up, so when the fan turned on again, it would like kind of even switch directions like this. Alright guys, we are done with all my drawings, at least the ones in that folder. If you guys like content like this, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.